Hello everyone, it is Thursday the 5th of December 2024. I'm Sarah and this is my channel, So Me Sarah, and you are very welcome to join me here today for what is not a regular Flosstube episode, but a little Christmas tidbits episode. So this is going to be typically shorter than usual. I'm going to share the Historical Sampler Company Advent calendar with you. Don't worry, there won't be any spoilers. I will only be opening up to the day before I record. So I'll give you fair notice each time I'm doing one of these little tidbit recordings. The other thing I will share with you on these is my stitching so far in the month and perhaps a little tidbit about Christmas here at our home, our house, and what Christmas means to me. So something on each episode. Today I'm going to share the very beginnings of the Historical Sampler Company Advent calendar with you. So the Historical Sampler Company very kindly gifted me their Advent box this year. It's huge, beautifully packed, parcel of 24 individually wrapped little envelopes with goodies inside, and also on the top of the box we received some really great instructions and explanation of what the box would contain, not the details but in general. And there were also two little packages on the top. One is this candy stripe bag in which we have some backing mount board and some backing fabric. So those will be for making some of the stitches that will be in the Advent calendar into ornaments. So it's really nice to have those provided for us. And also there was a very sweet little canvas drawstring bag, and in there was our beautifully sorted threads for the calendar projects. So this was all neatly sorted and tucked up into that little bag, and those two packages were awaiting us on top of the box. So I'm sure you might have seen some of the contents already on Instagram and on other folks' Flosstubes, but I'm here to share them with you anyway because they're so nice, and I want to show you what Historical Sampler Company have to offer. So this year, on day one, we had a lovely package. I'm so excited about this because I have not had an Advent calendar since I was a child. So it's very exciting to have one to open this year. But inside day number one, we received this fantastic little ornament pattern. This is for the gingerbread house ornament. And we also received the Ada to stitch the pattern on. I made a start, of course, straight away on the 1st of December, and this has been my stitching so far. So you're seeing it all wrapped up together. This has been my stitching so far for the last few days since my previous episode. So this is my start on the gingerbread house. Again, I love how the white pops on this green fabric. This is a 16 count Ada, and as far as I know, this is it's called sage green, and it's a colour that is exclusively dyed for the Historical Sampler Company by Zweigart. But the white really pops on there, doesn't it? You could actually just leave it white, it would still be very pretty, but there are so many fun colours to add. So I started with the white to do all of the outlining because I thought if I can get most of that done, then maybe the fill-in of the gingerbread house itself would be a good one for the, would be good stitching for the next Across the Pond Stitch and Chat Zoom call. So that's my thought anyway. So enjoying making a start on that, and it's such a delightful little pattern to start off our Advent calendar month with. So that was day one. Day two brought us the fantastic little gingerbread man needle minder. I love a good needle minder, and he is so handsome, don't you think? I love him. So he is a beautiful enamel needle minder. Nice strong magnets to keep your needles where you want them to be and not down the side of your sofa. That was day 2. Day 3 was a much more peculiarly shaped package, and inside was this gorgeous little brass colored tub with a clear lid on the top, and inside you can see there are all kinds of trimmings, and there's a word and it's just gone out of my head. Trimmings, anyway, trimmings. So we have some pom-pom, oh, hold on. Oh, can you hear it? The jingle bells escaped. So we have some pom-pom trim in red and in white. I presume that these will be for finishing the ornaments that you can finish through from the calendar. So if you have a look here, this one has white trim, so I'm imagining that's what this is for. There is some pretty red rickrack as well, and a lovely piece of red and white ribbon. And then we have some little notions inside. Oh, and that one. We have 2 little jingle bells. They do jingle. And 2 mother of pearl stars. Can you see those? Little buttons, mother of pearl stars. And a gingham ribbon as well. So I take it that these will help us to finish whatever else is in the calendar. But this was a lovely way to receive trims and notions for those projects, and keeps them all nice and safe in their little tub. That was day 3. And then the last one that I'm going to show you today is day 4. And day 4 was a set of floss drops. Nice wooden floss drops. They're always harder to show because they twist around. But we have a gingerbread man and a star and a Christmas tree. This would be a great set for adding your favorite Christmas colors to. So if you have a favorite, perhaps you have a favorite red and a green and a gold color, or a red and a green and a white, whatever your Christmas trio is, add them to these and keep them there, and then you would always have those on hand to adapt patterns to your own Christmas colors. I think that would be a really great idea. So thank you so much, Historical Sampler Company. This Advent calendar is off to a roaring start. I'm so thrilled with everything that's there already, and I'm very excited to open whatever comes next. If you like what you're seeing, I know it's a little bit disappointing if you haven't already signed up to the calendar, but this is giving you an idea of the kind of calendars that Historical Sampler Company put together. And you can always show an interest in next year's and keep an eye out for that. And to that end, the Historical Sampler Company have a sign-up box on their website, and I will put a link down below that will help you go straight there. You can go and sign up, and all you're doing at this stage is registering interest. So there is no commitment. You're not committing to spending the money. You're not making any definite commitment. You're just saying, yes, I'm interested. And then in July, when they release the details of their next Advent calendar, you'll be on the mailing list to receive that information, and you can make your decision then. But if you would like not to miss out and to know when that is going to be released, then that is the way to go, is by signing up to that little reminder service, basically. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing those little surprises. I'm looking forward to sharing some more with you next week when I come back. I wonder what's coming next. So for stitching, that is all the stitching I did. I didn't get to Rejoice Evermore yet. There's only been a couple of nights, and I have been stitching on the gingerbread house, and I have been busy. I was out celebrating one of the nights. So if you look at this duality going on here, anyone who has a December birthday will understand that you have a house full of birthday cards and Christmas things all at one time. But I was out celebrating my birthday with some of my friends and colleagues that I worked with at the kitchen at school a couple of years back, and we remained friends, and we were out celebrating, and it was very nice. So they showered me with gifts and loveliness and a beautiful cake, which I will insert a picture of here. It was a fantastic cake, made by one of them, I might add. She's a very talented cake baker and decorator. And what I have to say is that the cake tastes as good as it looks. I have had very beautiful decorated cakes in the past, but the cake itself isn't that much to speak of, but this is amazing. Anyway, if I could share it with you all, I would. You'll just have to take my word for it. So yes, we have birthday and Christmas. It's all happening here at the minute. But as we head into Christmas, I thought I would just share with you one of the things that I have been enjoying doing for Christmas the last couple of years. I haven't always done this, and I know many of you already will do it, but one of the things I have enjoyed is doing some Advent readings. And this year, the 1st of December happened to be the first Sunday of Advent, so that kind of worked out quite nicely. And I've chosen different types of Advent readings over the last 3 or 4 years since I've been doing this. And this year, I have decided to use this book, which was a gift for my birthday last year from a friend. It's called Common Prayer, a Liturgy for Ordinary Radicals. So this is a book that has been written by a collective of authors, and they have worked with various common liturgies across different Christian denominations and brought them together to create a unified liturgy, if for want of a better expression. I'm not probably explaining it terribly well, but it doesn't belong solely to any one denomination. And I like the liturgy, I like the meditativeness of that, and the repetition of that. Now this book is for a whole year of liturgy, but it actually does start on the 1st of December. And although I was given it for my birthday last year, I tried to start but I kind of ended up just dipping in and out of it throughout the year for a few days here and a few days there, and I didn't follow through. So I really would like to follow this one through all year. And it happens to fall really nicely that it starts with the Advent, the liturgy of Advent, and starts with the 1st of December. So that's what I've been doing for the last couple of days. I like to settle myself with my Advent candle, which I'll show you this year's Advent candle, and little angel candle holder. These ones are just from Sustra Negrina. They have a nice little selection of Advent goodies. So I will light the candle, which I think helps to provide that hygge feeling, if that's the correct word. But the light, I find that the candlelight provides calm and helps me to become reflective, and is really nice when I'm reading the Advent reading for this. So I don't know if you do Advent readings, what kind of readings you do. Feel free to share with me in the comments below. I'm happy to hear what it is that you like to do, if you do any kind of Advent readings. So before I go, I wanted to share with you a blessing from Advent readings by Kate Bowler. Now Kate is an academic and a historian, Christian and historian, and Kate works really in the realm of sharing Christianity from a perspective of life is hard. It's not about pretending that Christianity And being a Christian fixes everything and puts everything right, because life is difficult and the world goes on and consequences happen and people get ill, and life is difficult and messy, and yet it can also be beautiful and filled with joy and hope. So Kate does great work. She has written many books, and she does great work in showing how those two things, life is about both. It's not one or the other. It's not all beautiful and brilliant, certainly not all insta-perfect. And in spite of the difficulties, the war and the suffering and the personal tragedies that we have, how there can be beauty. So I really enjoy Kate's work, and she does free Advent readings. She has done them for the last couple of years, and I've done those a couple of years. And usually in her Advent readings, she would have a little blessing or prayer at the end of those. And I thought I would share this one with you just before I go today. This is called A Blessing for Beginning Again in Advent. And I do love the lights and the trees and the music and the magic and Santa Claus and all of those fun Christmas traditions too. But I believe there's more to Christmas. I believe in a bigger magic, in the miracle of Emmanuel, God with us. He came to earth and he will come back again. And he is the hope of our salvation. That baby who came to earth, God in human form, came to earth to provide salvation for us and provide a hope in our darkness. And it is the light that we look forward to. So this is Kate's blessing, Kate Bowler, and I'll link Kate down below if you want to have a little look at her Advents. A blessing for beginning again in Advent. God, could this be the year when we see it? The goodness that is coming like starlight from a distant time? Could this be the Advent we sense it, that the springtime of the soul will one day last forever? Could this be the Advent when we notice the inbreaking of your coming promises? Promises full of blessing, of truth so clear, so bright that every shadowy lie must flee away. Of compassion so deep, so strong that everyone is encircled in its embrace. Of restoration so complete, so beautiful that there is gladness everywhere. And of justice so satisfying and so right that all will be well. May this Advent be the new beginning as we learn to live by the light of your coming promises, glimpsing the world through tears while also seeing something sacred shining through too. Our truth, our light, our promise incarnate. Amen. I'll see you in a few days, folks. And until then, stay well and stitch happy. Bye.